Guys, welcome to Tour Truck Tuesday. My name is Chris Trott. I'm here once again, back in my usual domain at the Kingdom, Carlsbad, California, TaylorMade's headquarters and test facility. Today, I want to talk to you about irons. I want to continue on this subject, this hot topic, 770s. I have in the long irons, but I've comboed them with the MCs, and I think this is going to be a question that comes up a lot during 2021. Where do we go? Where do we start? Now I get it, this looks a little bit like a yard sale, but I can assure you this is an attempt at testing these to show you how I would test for these irons, where I combo them, and what I think you need to do as well when it comes to comboing these particular models. So no doubt you've done your research and you've gone through the website and the 770 has caught your eye. I initially went MC out the gate, but 770 is getting great reviews. People are loving them. Pound for pound, nothing hits harder. That jumps out for you when you go through. Forgiving performance and forgiving power. Interesting, right? All things that are interesting as you get down into it. But forged hollow bodies in there, compact player shaping, speed foam. These things then start to bring up as a player, okay, this club's going to come out perhaps a bit hotter. So how do I combo this as you go into the MC, which is, again, on the TaylorMade website, assuming that you've done your research, you may even have these irons. Pure buttery organic steel. As you go through, you can see that these are milled, machined beyond perfection. Forged craftsmanship, compact grain forging, it all equates to feel. And I have to be honest, having played these irons for a while, I've enjoyed them. And a while, I mean, they're still hot off the press, 5-6 weeks. I've hit some really nice shots with them and I've shaped them exactly where I want them to be. But the long irons did catch my eye, and I actually have put the 3 and the 4 in that 770. So where do you go when you're having your fitting? I've got all the irons laid out in front of me here. And the first thing I think you need to do is you need to compare the 7 iron. That's often the place where the set will pivot, and put it down. Put the 770 down alongside the MC and compare those irons. Look at the top lines. Look at where they go in terms of offset. Look at the soles, because this will change the turf interaction and how it cuts through the turf. You can't but notice there's a speed pocket in there. Obviously, it's hollow forged body as well, so it's going to come out differently. It's going to come out quicker. And that then gets you to the point where you've got to be honest with yourself as to where you want to combo these. I mentioned it a second ago about shaping my MCs. I love playing them with that little bit of shape if I want to hit a fade or if I want to hit a draw. And I feel like I might lose that with the 770s in the shorter irons. That's me being honest with myself and making the honest comparison. But as I've said, I did make the transition in the 4 iron to that. Now, why did I do that? And I want to try and hit some here to show you guys how I made that decision, and also lead you to ask these questions when you get into your own fitting. So let's change this to 4 iron on the TrackMan, and let's label it as well 4 iron MC. So we're clear to see exactly which is which. I've got a target out on the range there. I've hit a few looseners. As you can see, there's some turf taken up, so I've hit a few looseners. But straight away when I look down at this, playing golf and being realistically with myself, once a week is a good amount. I mean, that's the realistic amount I'm getting out. So straight away, this is a craftsmanship beyond belief. I mean, it's a player's golf club. So you are thinking that immediately. Again, if you grab the 4 iron in the 770, it will give you more confidence as you look down on that golf club and you realize that it could be something that you play because it's just bigger, it's larger, a little bit more offset. It looks more friendly to the weekly golfer going out there and playing. And it's where I've maybe decided I want, because the 5 iron I can handle. I can hit some great shots with the 5 and I'm comfortable with it. I can see enough loft. But the 4, maybe I want some help on those longer golf courses that I play. That one's okay, it's come out with some height on it, a little bit to the right. but it's got the spin and it's got the beautiful feel. Not concerned about that. I'm going to take another ball, I'm going to strike one, just in order to get a marker in there that I'm really happy with. Now that was lovely. Right down the banner. That's a great marker. Great height. And after that one, look, I might even put this back in because it feels pure through the turf. It's gone for me here, normalized in California at sea level. It's gone 220 total, it's carried 206. It's given me the 4,600 spin. This is the TP5X golf ball today. I usually test with the 5. I'm going with the X because I'm playing around with that as well. I want to see what different spin rates that gives me. I've talked in previous videos, my level of play with my speed, I like to take the number on the sole of the golf club, multiply it by 1,000, add 500 to get my spin window that I like. If you have less speed, you're going to need more launch and less spin in order to hit most likely the window that the fitter is trying to put you into. It's so key that you understand that. That is the spin rate I like for the speed I deliver and the preferences I have. I wouldn't necessarily look at much more than that. Peak height maybe, but we're into the prevailing wind. Another thing you must do when you're looking to combo irons and compare irons, you must stand there and be fair when you assess. This is into the breeze, so peak height might be slightly out for us here. And that really is all I go to look at when it comes down to this. Launch 8.7, I compressed it well. So let's throw in to the mix here the 770 4-iron. Let's pop that in for our testing. And let's understand, as you look through the website again at TaylorMade, which I imagine you guys will have done your research, the actual loft on these irons when you purchase them is going to be different. I, however, have matched the lofts up. And I think another key takeaway, if you are looking to combo, whether it's at the 7-iron, the pivot point of the set that we spoke about, or whether it's in the 4 or the 3, marry up the lofts. Or do your testing, and based on the hollow forge body and based on the speed foam within this golf club and based on the speed pocket and the fact that you're going to get extra speed, extra yardage, you should see higher launch, less spin. You should see that. You may want to adjust the loft according. So, straight test, same conditions, same golf ball, same target. We've got 205, 4,600, a low launch and a peak height of 76. Another one I might look at, and a descent angle, but again, I said we're coming into the breeze of 40 degrees. So not too bad, acceptable for the 4-iron. Now I just want this to be in the same window really. Yardage is a big one, I need to be able to control that. Through the turf, easier. Off the face, nice, good golf shot. Watch it all the way down. I appreciate you're only going to have this TrackMan when you come in for your fitting, but straight out the gate, gained a fraction of carry, spun less, launched higher, so launched higher, spun less, gained some yardage, land angle similar, peak height similar, carry where I would want it. That is loft for loft. You then have options, obviously, as you build the rest of my set. I'm choosing to stay where I am with this. It's a 4-iron. The 3-iron is the same thing. I want to be able to hit this golf club. I want to be able to launch it. Those numbers don't concern me in this breeze with that golf ball. All things you must consider. As you go through your testing, try and make the decision on the spot with the TrackMan as to where you want to be, but understand once you've left your fitting and you're out on the golf course, you must take the data, you must use things, as I've said before, to capture your statistics, to capture your analytics, then keep a track of it because you may want to change the loft and lie as you tweak around with this set. Your irons are so important, you must hit your numbers. That is a snapshot test. I would hit more and more and different flights. I'd go through the 3-iron and I'd look at it in more detail. But in a nutshell, you are going to see a slightly higher launch, a slightly lower spin, perhaps more yardage, so you may need to adjust loft on irons in order to make them work. Lie angles I don't touch, swing weights, balance points are all the same. Big difference in feel. You do, if you have the buttery feel of the MCs through the set, you do then have to get your head around the fact, can you handle a different feel in your 3 and 4 iron? Do you want that? Do you need to play par 5s where you need it? But there's roughly the things that I look for when it comes to comboing. I think it's going to be a great thing for all of you guys to do in 2021 with these irons. I think it's going to be very popular. And we haven't even touched on the MBs. Some players will want to go MCs to MBs, which is very possible. Look at your lofts, look at your lies, look at your ball flight, and get everything dialed in as best you can here before you take it on the golf course. If you like what you're seeing, subscribe, follow. I put out one video once a week, every Tour Truck Tuesday, and I'll bring you some tips in the future. If there's things you want to know, fire it in the comments below and I'll touch on it. Good luck.